Scotland did not rise quietly. It was forged in war, ambition, and the fierce will of kings. From Kenneth MacAlpin, the man legendary for uniting the divided land, to Macbeth, the real king whose story was twisted by Shakespeare, this is the dramatic rise of the early Scottish kings. Stay with me, because the truth behind these kings is more brutal, more mysterious, and more heroic than any legend. Before Scotland was Scotland, it was a battleground of tribes, the mysterious Picts, the Gaelic-speaking Scots, the Britons of Strathclyde, and the ever-approaching Vikings. There was no single ruler, no united kingdom, only war, shifting alliances, and survival. In the 9th century, one man rose above the chaos, Kenneth MacAlpin, remembered as the father of Scotland. But how did he unite the Picts and the Scots to peoples who had been enemies for generations? According to legend, through betrayal, MacAlpin invited the Pictish nobles to a grand feast, but the chairs they sat on had been rigged with hidden blades. When the signal came, the blades struck. Fact or myth, we may never know, but after this event, MacAlpin became ruler of both Picts and Scots, and in that moment, the kingdom of Alba, early Scotland, was born. The kings who followed MacAlpin lived in constant warfare. They battled Vikings from the north and west, fought Britons and Saxons in the south, and occasionally faced betrayal from within. Some kings ruled only months before being killed. Others, like Constantine II, defended Alba for decades against wave after wave of Norse invasions. And then came one of the most misunderstood kings in history, Macbeth. Not Shakespeare's tyrant, but a real Scottish ruler, and a surprisingly successful one. Macbeth was a powerful lord from Moray. When King Duncan attempted to seize lands by force, Macbeth struck back. In 1040, Macbeth defeated Duncan not in the night, but on a battlefield, warrior against warrior. And then, something remarkable happened. Macbeth ruled peacefully for 17 years. He strengthened the church, protected travelers, and even traveled to Rome, paying alms to the poor. But old grudges die hard. Duncan's son, Malcolm, returned with the support of the English crown. Macbeth fought bravely, but in 1057, he fell. His stepson ruled briefly until Malcolm took the throne as Malcolm III. With Malcolm, a new royal line began, one that would guide Scotland toward the Middle Ages. The early kings transformed Scotland from scattered tribes into a unified kingdom. They battled Viking raiders, formed alliances, and blended Pictish and Gaelic culture into a single identity. From MacAlpin's daring rise to Macbeth's misunderstood reign, their struggles shaped the Scotland we know today. They weren't just kings, they were the makers of a nation. If you enjoyed this journey into Scotland's royal past, leave a like, subscribe, and tell me, which Scottish legend should we uncover next? Robert the Bruce, or the lost kingdom of the Picts?